It's possible that being famous isn't always as fun as it seems at times. We will be looking at embarrassing and uncomfortable moments involving high-profile public people that were recorded on camera for the entire world to witness. These situations will be included on this list. Justin Bieber feces on stage. In other words, we applaud him for continuing to fight. Out of Town Girl was the song that Justin Bieber stopped and turned around in the middle of as he was playing the first gig of his global tour in Arizona. Bieber began to throw up and then hurried off stage, leaving his dancers to awkwardly frolic about a puddle of vomit. This occurred before the audience had the opportunity to question if he was mooning them. When we say that, we are referring to a professional. Because he did not want to let his fans down, Justin Bieber graciously returned to the stage and explained that he had consumed an excessive amount of milk before the show. The act of throwing up in public is sufficiently embarrassing. In front of 20,000 people who are watching with rapt attention, throwing up is arguably the most uncomfortable thing you could ever do. The terrible first pitch, said by 50 Cent. Throughout the years, there have been some first pitches that have been awful, but none of them are as terrible as 50 Cent's. On the fateful day of May 27, 2014, the rapper threw out the ceremonial first pitch at a Mets game. However, he launched a ball that was approximately 50 feet off the plate and came dangerously close to hitting the cameraman. 50 was astonished to learn how much the notorious pitch was mocked, as it was broadcast on all of the major sports networks and even created into a baseball card. Even though he was smiling, 50 was surprised to learn everything that had happened. This is comically horrible, even though we are aware that throwing a baseball over the plate is significantly more difficult than it appears. Fergie urinates on stage at the same time. One thing that both this and the Justin Bieber video teach us is that the show must go on. This is the most important thing. A few spectators with keen eyes observed a moist spot close to Fergie's crotch when she was performing with the Black Eyed Peas for their audience. As a matter of course, photographs were taken and published, and Fergie's face likely turned extremely crimson when she saw the headlines. In a subsequent interview with Hot 97, Fergie revealed that the band was unable to use the restroom before being rushed to the stage because they were caught in traffic on their approach to the event. She also stated that she was unable to go to the bathroom. It was the most unattractive moment of her life, as she described it, and we believe that it was also easily one of the most uncomfortable moments throughout her life. Bow Wow is captured flying the coach. We suppose that this is what occurs when you strive to maintain your relevance in a way that is a little bit too desperate. Bow Wow gave the impression that he was traveling in opulence by posting a picture of a private plane to his Instagram account in May 2017. Later on that same day, a passenger Snapchatted with Bow Wow while they were on a commercial flight. Instagram followers later learned that the picture of the private plane was a stock photo that Bow Wow had applied a filter. The Number Bow Wow challenge was then initiated as a result of this, in which individuals shared photographs on the internet that contrasted a glamorous portrait with the brutal reality. Having one's lies exposed is already an unpleasant situation. Seinfeld refuses to hug Kesha, the next case. Undoubtedly, Seinfeld was not a fan of the app TikTok. While Kesha was in attendance at the David Lynch Foundation's A Night of Laughter and Song, she approached Seinfeld while he was in the midst of an interview. For her, that was her very first error. After that, she informed him that she was a tremendous fan and solicited a hug from him, but Seinfeld refused to give her one not once, but 3 times. She was forced to make a hurried exit as a result of the comedian recoiling and stepping away from her. The fact that he admitted to the press that he was unaware of who she was unintentionally added even more salt to the wound. We can't help but feel sorry for Kesha, because this is the quintessential example of something that will make us squirm. Plastering David Hasselhoff. We have not yet concluded whether or not this video is amusing or heartbreakingly sad. One of the early videos to become viral was a video of the Hoff that showed him consuming a cheeseburger while lying on the floor under the influence of alcohol. At one point in the video, his daughter can be heard telling him that he will be fired if alcohol is found in his system. The footage was taken by his daughter. There is little doubt that it was not the most memorable moment in the Baywatch star's career, and he later revealed that the film was created to observe his impaired conduct. Steve Harvey is the one who won the contest. Even though it is now the stuff of television legends, it is just as cringe-worthy as it was in the year 2015. When Steve Harvey was hosting the Miss Universe 2015 pageant, he made the mistake of a lifetime when he announced that Miss Colombia was the winner of the competition. During the time that participant Ariadna Gutierrez was shedding tears of happiness and taking pleasure in the moment, Harvey, who was in a state of shell shock, made his way back onto the stage to announce that he had misread the card and that Miss Philippines was the true winner. It was a humiliating mistake for Steve, who not only embarrassed himself but also dashed the hopes of someone in the middle of the celebration. To this day, it remains painful to watch. Mariah Carey's terrible performance on New Year's Eve. The live music industry is rife with opportunities for error. While it is true that some people believe that the show must go on, Mariah Carey's performance on New Year's Eve in 2016 was quite the opposite. Mariah gave up when she discovered that her in-ear monitors were malfunctioning, and she proceeded to chat through her song We Belong Together, while her dancers continued to perform with a positive attitude. An instance that wonderfully exemplifies this huge catastrophe is when she talks directly through her pre-recorded whistle sounds. This was the most memorable element of the event. The situation became much more dire when Mariah's crew asserted that the producers had purposefully botched the performance to make her appear to be in a negative light. At least take responsibility for your failure. Ashlee Simpson is involved in a collision and sustains burns. Although Mariah Carey's performance was extremely awful, it will never be able to compare to the unfortunate situation that occurred with Ashlee Simpson. When Simpson was supposed to sing Autobiography on Saturday Night Live, the voice track for Pieces of Me played instead. This occurred after Simpson had already performed Pieces of Me. Because Simpson was fully aware that she had been caught lip-syncing, she had no choice but to dance her way off stage in an embarrassing manner. It was later that she stated that she had lost her voice as a result of acid reflux disease. She was subjected to a brutal attack from the media. Lorne Michaels voiced her disapproval of lip-syncing, and Simpson became the target of a great deal of humor and parody through the years that followed. Those watching live watched the devastation of a career right in front of their eyes. The scandal involving Janet Jackson during the Super Bowl I could argue that it is the most notorious event in the history of live television. During the performance that Janet Jackson gave alongside Justin Timberlake at Super Bowl 38, Justin revealed her breasts to a live audience that consisted of millions of people. Despite Janet's assertions that the stunt was intended to disclose nothing except her bra, the crowd continued to be skeptical. Whatever the case may be, the episode, which became known as Nipplegate, resulted in a significant response, which included the blacklisting of Janet's songs from radio stations. In an interview with USA Today, she stated that it was truly embarrassing for her to learn that millions of people had seen her breast, both in person and on the internet. At this moment, she is the star who flashed the Super Bowl, and it does not matter what she does. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe for more updates, and drop a comment with your thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you.